This is my exercise routine that I do to maintain my Muslim warrior physique. Bismillah, let's go. We're out here in the freezing cold, training, whatever the weather is, I'm training. I don't need the gym. I can literally train from anywhere in the world, okay? We're also training for real life scenarios, real life situations, making sure that we get physically in shape and not only look good, but we also perform. A Muslim should be ready always. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's a beautiful cold day here in Nashville, Tennessee, and we're out here training like a Muslim warrior outside, staying away from the gyms. I'm gonna be showing you guys my 4 exercises that I do every single day, relatively, depending on how I feel, recovery based, multiple times a day. As I'm training as a Muslim, trying to emulate that Muslim warrior lifestyle. So let's just talk about the first one, jump roping. This is like the bread and butter to everything that I do. You know, I want to stay light and springy. You know, I want to jump on my toes. I'm building my cardio. Jump roping is an exercise that is more efficient than running as well. I do run, but jump roping is by far. What does it cost you? Like $5-10 to get a jump rope? Relatively cheap. A gym membership is $10 a month. You can carry this with you all around the world. I'll be inside of an airport jump roping. I'll go to my hotel room and I can just jump rope in my hotel room. And so there's multiple ways that I can use this, and I can use this literally all across the world. Whether it's cold, whether it's warm, whether it's hot, whatever the situation is, I can jump rope whenever, wherever, and get my cardio in, get my footwork in, so I can stay in relatively great shape all year long.
What the hell?
Okay, heavy bag works. Rotational work. So the thing is, look, I see people, they're out here in the gym, lifting all this weight, but wallah, you see them throw a punch, it's like, you need to learn how to throw a punch. You need to learn how to throw a punch, hit off the center line, throw it to the body. You know, it's very important that you learn to use your hips, especially as a Muslim. The thing is, you want to defend your Muslim brothers and sisters. If I have a mother, I have a sister, I don't want to resort to violence to end somebody's life. I want to just hit him quick with power. And the thing is, if you train on a heavy bag, I don't care what your level is, train 20-30 minutes a day. Go to a boxing gym. Try to stay away from the fitness, because low-key, I did go to a boxing gym for a year just to learn the experience, and then I had to leave because boxing is not the most permissible sport. I was in sparring, I broke my nose. It's a hectic sport, but it's a necessary sport. So my training methodology is not about looking the biggest. I'm not the biggest guy. I'm 170 pounds, 5'11", and I'm not the biggest guy. But if I was when I was boxing and everything, I was literally facing guys that were maybe 220 pounds, 230 pounds, and they just put me in with the heavyweights and sparring. And you know, you'd have to, some people's, you know, they're not there to light spar. They're not there to teach you or learn. They're there to, you know, teach their ego to get better. So highly recommend heavy bag training daily. It's important that you get this daily because you build your fascia. Your fascia is that muscle. It basically it keeps the muscles contained. So it's right beneath the skin, right above the muscle. And if I build enough, if I train enough on the heavy bag, I'll get explosive to where my hooks look crispy, jabs are crispy. And so my thing is, I don't care about too much muscle. I'm 170 pounds and I can take down bigger people than me relatively easily. So heavy bag training every single day. This will be great cardio. It's a anaerobic exercise as well because it's very explosive, and yeah, highly recommend it. All right guys, so we've got pull-ups. Pull-ups are one of the greatest exercises that anybody can do. I see Khabib doing them. I see Islam Makhachev doing them. They're doing it weighted. And so here's the basic level of pull-up that you can do. The pull-ups are a great exercise. They can target basically almost every single muscle in the back, fires up the lats, and helps you get that kind of cobra back. I got that, you know, that demon build, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna show you how to do a proper pull-up. So you're gonna grip the bar. Try to get your freaking hands over it. This is called a false grip. Try to get as much leverage as possible because this will help to activate your bigger muscles called the lats. So I can activate the biggest muscle in your back. Obviously you wanna use the biggest muscle in your body. And so when I'm pulling up, I'm imagining I'm trying to bend the bar, literally physically bend the bar like this so that I can pull with maximum strength. And then when I'm pulling up, I'm imagining that I'm pushing up right here. I'm pushing down with my hands, getting my chin above the bar, and then slowly lowering down. And so that's one pull-up. And so use bands. If you can't do a full pull-up, use bands. I remember I couldn't even do a full pull-up. I was literally on the doorway just going like this, trying to get as many reps as possible, getting 100 reps in until I built that strength. I remember I was doing like 100 pull-ups a day for, I think, like 14 days. And my freaking lats blew up, my back blew up. So, you know, pull-ups are amazing exercise. Add that to your staple. And especially once you get strong enough, start get it weighted, and you'll build bigger biceps, a bigger back, all around an amazing exercise to do. Okay, the staple of all of my exercises, the one that I basically kind of started when I was younger. I used to get bullied a lot, and so I started doing push-ups so I could beat up my bullies, and alhamdulillah I started beating them up. After starting to do push-ups, I was literally doing them on my bed at a very acute angle, but now alhamdulillah I can do it on the floor, I can do a decline. So I'll give you guys the perfect form of a push-up, okay? Perfect form, okay? Chest, scapula activated like this. You want to push out, and then you want to flex your glutes. Your butt needs to be flexed, your core needs to be flexed, your quads need to be flexed so that everything is straight in a straight line. And when I'm moving, I'm going down slowly, pressing my fingertips into the ground, having my chest touch the ground. Boom. That's one push-up. Boom, boom, boom. And there's so many variations. This builds the chest, builds the triceps, helps you get more jacked. I was doing when I was doing like 500 to 1,000 push-ups a day, I was literally in the best shape of my life. And it didn't even just translate to pushing strength. It translated to soccer. When you're doing the push-up, don't just see it as a chest movement. It's also a full body movement. I'm training my body to be stiff in that movement for however long the duration of my push-ups are, whether I'm doing 50 or 100 push-ups in one go. So push-ups, build them up. Amazing exercise. You can do them literally anywhere. All you need is this much space, however big you are, and you can just knock out 250 push-ups, 500 push-ups. Once you've got that done, and you can do that for like a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, you'll build one of the most beautiful physiques you can possibly build. And then you'll also learn body control, and it translates into throwing punches. When I'm doing push-ups on the ground, I can even do them explosively like this. And then I can get up. I can go boom, 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 boom. I can do my punches as well. So push-ups translate really well to real life activities. That's the push-up, bread and butter. Okay, so sprinting, this takes 20 minutes of your day. Run 5 to 8 sprints 3 to 4 times a week, 5 times a week. These are amazing for building your explosiveness. And what do I mean by a sprint? I'll get to that inshallah. First is the warm-up. So this is how I structure my sprints. Warm up, get mobile, get everything, twitching, everything moving properly, because it's a very, very intense exercise. That's why I'm saying people don't understand what a sprint is. They think it's jogging for 1 minute. No, that's jogging. I don't want you jogging. I want you sprinting like a lion is chasing you, like a tiger is chasing you. So initially the warm-up, we're gonna wanna get the hip flexors firing off. We're gonna wanna get the hamstrings firing off, and also just everything in the toes, in the feet, everything firing off before we can go to maximum effort sprints. So I'll show you guys my four top exercises for warming up for a proper sprint, because these types of drills, these sprinting drills, they help you get the actual sprint going. So I'll show you guys right now. So first we're doing high knees. I want you literally to drive into the ground, boom, 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 hopping, boom, 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 boom. So a lot of sprinting is hopping. This is like the movement of sprinting. When I'm sprinting, I'm not just going like this. I'm going boom, driving into the ground like that. So that's what I'm kind of training with that drill. And then we've got, so a lot of people will say butt kicks. I don't like butt kicks. I like to do them in this way, because this is how sprinters who are training for very fast sprint times, for 100 yards, 200 yards, this is how they're training. So I'm training the hip flexors, but also the hamstring. So it'll look like this. I'm trying to get my heels to my butt. And then what we're gonna wanna do, we're gonna get the hips nice and loose. Okay, so we're doing karaoke. All right, karaoke to a high knee. Getting that carryover strength, so that, like, let's say if I'm an athlete and I'm running, I want to sprint this way, I don't want to sprint that way. I'm doing karaoke, boom, boom, and doing it relatively fast. I want to be explosive with these movements. Then we got, I think it's called skip high knee. This is what I call them. Skip high knees are amazing for building that. You're building that isometric and also hopping. So I'll show you guys. It's a high knee to a skip. Boom, boom. Swinging my arms. And so basically through this, I'm building the sprint strength. I'm building the proper mechanics to get into my sprints, inshallah. So I'll show you guys the sprint. And I'll be showing you guys the launch of the sprint. The initial first 4 steps need to be, they don't need to be quick. They need to be dry. Like, I'm telling you, you're driving into the floor excessively with as much force as possible. All right, so as you guys saw, so initially I'm driving. First 4 steps, I'm driving as much as possible, getting to top speed as quickly as possible, but also making sure that I'm getting to it in the proper way. So I'm getting the first 4 steps, boom, 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 and then I'm driving. Once I'm at my basically almost top speed, then I can just maintain it with that boom, boom. And it goes back to those drills that I was doing. You're first initially, you're firing off the hip flexors, getting the hamstrings going, getting the first driving factor of it going, and then after that is just maintaining that speed. And that's what sprinting is. You get to your top speed and then you try to maintain it for as long as possible, so that, let's say if I am racing somebody or I'm doing anything, I can maintain that speed for as long as possible, and that speed kills. And if you train your sprints, you'll get very explosive. It translates to literally every single movement that you can possibly do. Even swimmers who are swimming in water, they do sprints because it's such a violent and aggressive movement for maybe 50 to 100 yards, so that I'm building as much explosiveness as possible. And there's been a study done for 19 hours after 5 to 8 sprints, you're burning fat. 19 hours after that, if you want to lose fat and you want to build muscle, sprints are your way to go. So to conclude, you don't really need much. All you need is pull-ups, heavy bag work, sprints, a $5 jump rope. That's basically all you need. You don't need all this fancy equipment. You don't need to be at the gym. You don't have an excuse. I'm literally out here training in the freezing cold in a tank top. Obviously to look good for you guys first and foremost, but more importantly, I want to be able to perform. I don't want to just look good. I want to be able to physically dominate other men. You know what I mean? There you go. Anyways, barakallahu feekum for watching. I hope this video benefited you guys, helps you get in good shape, and equips you with the knowledge that you need so that you can get in the best shape of your life. Barakallahu feekum, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.